Hello, my name is MrSpaml, and today, as you read in the title, back with another episode of Unturned II, and in this video we're talking about the devlog that's fresh off the press, just dropped. We've got loads to cover. This is the sort of stuff we want to see. Nelson goes in a lot of detail on his... Oh my god, Brad, could you not? Hey Brad, what? Oh, what is this?
Oh,
Brad? I think Brad... Oh, Jesus. Why are you stood up?
I'm stuck.
Right, okay, get out the... What?
Bro.
Blind. Okay, let's get on with this, alright? We got loads to cover, Brad. Come on now.
Hop on.
What do you mean hop on? Are we doing the video on... Okay, I'm probably going to freak out and lag a lot. Like, it's already a little bit funny, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Yui.
Oh, Brad.
Right, MrSpaml, what's there to talk about? Go on, whip up the devlog. I think I'm just going to park it on the tree.
Yeah.
Up, yeah.
It does not make my stomach feel nice, Bradley. You're the worst driver in the world. And if you haven't already, make sure to go down below, check out Pine Hosting.
Who's Pine Hosting?
So it's an epic Unturned host we made, so don't know how you forgot, and use my code MrSpaml to get 40% off.
Right, so big up Nelly Boy released a devlog on the 31st of January, and he's got a lot to talk about. So first off, he mentioned a few things for Unturned 3. One of the things that I find very cool is for the next map, some curated map, we have entrances where you can walk in and then it like teleports you. So what I'm understanding is you could have like a little house that you walk into and then it will teleport you somewhere else.
Oh,
so
it's like a
you
TARDIS.
could have like a what?
It's like a TARDIS. You know what a TARDIS is, right?
I've never heard of that word in my
Doctor
life.
Who? A TARDIS? It's like bigger on the inside? Come on, Brad.
Yeah,
oh,
he quoted
my.
that. I'm assuming you could have caves that like open up with things, and then in reality, it won't. Yeah, the map makers can just put it anywhere on the map, which is pretty cool. He then also spoke about some item things that I don't understand, and then he's also going to try and bundle up a bunch of the assets, so your memory usage, so you can save that dedicated wham, and the game should perform better. But that's about it for Unturned 3, and then a lot more things for Unturned 4 is what he calls it now.
And he also right at the very top mentions that 4 weeks into 2021 and 4 Friday updates for Unturned. Like, he has been on a mad one updating recently, and I've noticed that it's way more common for my Steam Unturned to say it needs an update, which is good to see. Although, I don't know if this is just me, but I'd prefer it if he wasn't putting development time into Unturned 3. I don't know how you feel about that, Brad.
In fact, I lie, because the next point as well is for Unturned 3, which is a big update for Unturned 3. So I think he should do a bit of development time in Unturned 3. But yeah, the network patching is going to take him many months.
I don't know if maybe it's just because I'm hyped for it, but like the more development I see going into Unturned 2, it's just way more exciting to me. And obviously people don't understand or really care about the network side of things. Like, obviously it's important, and the Unturned 3 has had a lot of network problems with like rubber banding and stuff, so it's good to see, but it's almost too late if Unturned 2 is going to be out, you know what I mean? So it's, I don't know, who knows what he has planned. Maybe it's not going to take him too long. We're just going to have to wait and see. This next section is talking about Unturned 4 and perception. Ooh, it's a very exciting little bit, and he's talking about the AI, specifically like the bandits and the drones. He says, it's funny to see bandits and drones shooting each other in 4, albeit without any form of tactics or strategy. Most of the time was spent on 3, but I did fix a variety of bugs and began the foundations for perception, which is very interesting. He talks about AI being able to smell, which is ridiculous. Like, Brad, you are screwed because you smell so bad. My god, right, I'm up.
Yeah, all the zombies will be able to smell MrSpaml from a mile away, which is pretty cool.
Hey, you can't just flip the joke back on me. What are you doing?
I really like the idea of it, especially like wolves. You could be walking and they could smell MrSpaml's cologne and go, oh, is that... I can't think of a funny joke to say.
They'll be able to hear you, they'll be able to see you, and they can only see moving targets and stuff. So maybe it's like you can like let a drone, it's kind of like CCTV cameras in most games. It's like you can move when it's not looking real quick and then hold still, so you'd be sat there waiting as the drone's looking right at you. Just really cool little tense moments. And obviously if there's bases dedicated to these like Scorpion 7 drones or wherever they come from, there might be like spotlights patrolling around and stuff. Like, there's so much potential with the whole drone aspect of the game.
Another thing you mentioned about motion was, and it could be interesting as a distance factor for bandits. So if we've got bandits up on that mountain over there, for example, they'll only be able to pick us up if we like moved. it makes a bit more sense, because when you're playing a game, you kind of look for movement. That'll make it a bit more realistic, and the bandits will keep their eyes out for movement, and they can obviously bloody smell SpamL from a mile away, so that'll
Okay,
help
right,
as well.
we get it. All right, Brad, you couldn't come up with a joke, so you flipped it on me. Nice one. Congrats.
The other one is light, which SpamL briefly mentioned. So there'll be big spotlights and things. There could be like a floodlight that swings around, covering a base, and you got to sneak through the dark. Otherwise, the bandits will detect you. So it sounds like the AI and all of that is going to be a lot more tricky to deal with, which will be fun, because right now zombies are pretty much as stupid as...
Like in Unturned 2, I was about to say 3, my gosh, my brain at the minute, but basically in this version of Unturned at the moment, drones lock onto you no matter where you are on the map. Like if you were to drive a car past a drone and it started shooting at you, it kind of keeps shooting at you and hits you from like across the map. Similar thing with the NPCs that shot, although I don't think any of them shoot right now, but they're very dumb.
Next up, we have personal prototyping. He spoke about some Blender thing. I don't know any of that, but he did talk about animations, and I know what animations are. I've watched many Disney movies, and by the looks of things, he's just made his whole like process of animating things and animators, I believe, a lot easier. So he's going to release a few tools for you guys. He also spoke about swapping between first and third person. Nice, first and third person, because currently, I believe. Yeah, your like perspective shifts. It's especially bad in Unturned 3 when you're looking down a sight and you swap between first and third person. Like your sight totally changes location, as far as I know. So that's going to be fixed. It's going to be a smoother animation, and maybe he'll make some like cool little surrender and wave and.
But I expect a fair few like roleplay related animations. Don't expect anything to the level of like Red Dead Redemption 2, picking up each and every little individual cannon stuff. I don't see a point in that. But having a wider range.
Cool. If you pick up like a canteen, your guy could kind of look at it for a second and then put it in his inventory, or just like that. That was a lot better than how it just magically teleports.
Yeah, as long as it's quick and snappy and doesn't get in the way. Like Rust has some pretty basic animations for most things, but it gets the job done. And especially weapon animations. Like you must have seen those videos with like the ridiculously cool weapon animations.
Yeah, for example, if you inspect your gun, it'll be really cool if you like pulled out the mag, check the ammo, put it back in, things like that. So we have faith, Nelson, that you can make some nice animations.
Yes, I'm sure he can. And if Nelson can, I'm sure there's a huge number of people in the community that would do a fantastic job.
$5 an hour, you can make plenty of animations.
No, I can't. Now, as a Brit, I'm very familiar with this section, Brad. What is it?
T.
No, weather. Brad, he talks about a custom weather system needed by the next map, but I don't know if this is this is Unturned 2.
Map. Yes, he's talking about Unturned 2 here, but the thing I like is he said next map, which means he has 2 maps in mind. Ooh. Right?
Yeah, well, actually, we have no idea what the other one is, because we know that he wants to do a Stranger Things style map for 1, but we have no clue.
These could just be more like dev maps, kind of like.
But he does mention snow, and that cuts off a lot of places. Who knows? I would expect no, definitely not Africa. I would expect the Canadian and American one probably. That's what I could see being very likely, but. Who knows? Like Nelson seems to stick to America and Canada a lot with his maps for obvious reasons. He's obviously Canadian, and I'm sure he visits the States a fair bit. But it'd be nice to see some real variety with Unturned. Like we've never been to Asia in any official maps, so who knows? Who knows? Imagine like a Japan map.
Maybe it's Tokyo, MrSpaml. Snowy mountains in Tokyo. That would be pretty cool, to be fair.
Right at the very bottom, he says he's hopefully wrapping up the next 4.0 update with basic AI combat. Now that is going to be a fun video. We're going to have a good fight with some AI. All right, Brad. Imagine if we can't beat it and the AI is really advanced. I have no idea what to expect. He does say basic. But I hope it takes cover. Like, I really hope the AI is, like, taking cover and trying to peek. I imagine it's going to be
like
slightly...
hiding behind the walls and, like, shooting
Okay, we always get too excited in these videos, Brad. But anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. I just snapped my spine. Look at this. Ooh. Oh, for God's sake, you're such a yob the way you drive in this game.
Oh, what?
A yob. If you're not already subscribed, click the button right over there to the left. You can subscribe, and I'm blind now, and feel free to check out one of the 2 videos on screen now. You got an incredible video up at the top right, but an even better one at the bottom right. So who knows? Can you just stop driving like that? It's so annoying. Ah! Oh!